Imagine somebody panting in a gimp suit running at you in England in the middle of the night. Well, that's what was happening a few years ago, and it inspired a lot of people. This was happening in Somerset in the UK, and the guy's been banned for 5 years for wearing a gimp suit in public and crawling or wriggling on the ground at people. Yes, they banned him from doing his activity. Weird headline, I know, but I can show you. It's just such an odd headline to put. The guy in question, Joshua Hunt, has been related to 25 incidents all over England in the past 5 years. Now, apparently this man would find a woman walking alone at night. He would hide. He would run at them, breathing extremely heavy, like creepy heavy, if you catch my drift. And then he would crank it out in front of them while breathing heavy and staring at them in this gimp suit in the middle of the night. Now, obviously that's terrifying. And he got a ton of sexual harassment cases against him, but luckily he never physically hopped on top of anybody. Jeez. Now, the gimp suit incident first happened in July of 2019, and that inspired people to do the same kind of acts all over the country, which was crazy. This also made people change a lot of plans. For example, if you're going out to a pub or a dinner with your boyfriend or husband or just your girls or whoever, you'd have to leave earlier, you'd have to get an escort back or something like that. And the fact this went on for so many years, 2019 all the way up to 2023, is just insane. That is a long run for this to go on. And a lot of people would make jokes about this. However, the people in the communities directly affected by this were obviously terrified because this is happening right by their front door. Some of the women that were going through this needed to be prescribed anti-anxiety medications because a lot of them got PTSD from seeing this crazy thing just running at them, especially at night when you're alone. I can see how terrifying that would be. Now, with all these various sightings, there are tons of videos and pictures of this gimp suit man, and they're all terrifying to see. Because honestly, if I was alone at night and I saw this thing running at me, I personally would be scared too. Now, at first, the prosecution was kind of a joke. The guy, Joshua Hunt, was fined $100 and he was ordered to pay his victims 250 pounds each. That seems insane to me. In the US here, that guy would go to life in prison or something like that. There was also one point too where the gimp suit man actually came face to face with a guy, and the guy beat him up pretty bad. He was in the dirt, kind of just squirming around. I have the video, let me show you.
In the mud, mate. Who collapsed you in the woods? Gimpy, Gaggly balls.
I couldn't agree more, mate. I couldn't agree more. Fair enough. Mate, trust society.
Do you want a ciggy? Well, I can't actually light it. Did you want
The news reported on it as well, but hey, I mean, if you're gonna terrorize people, you might as well be prepared for some hands if somebody finds you. The wild thing is, Joshua Hunt was arrested and then he was released due to insufficient evidence, and then he went right back to doing his weird gimp suit stuff. Dude did not stop, he did not care. He was attacking teenagers too and being weird around them as well. The guy should have been in prison a long time ago. This should not have gone on for 4 or 5 years. But eventually, a woman was terrified. The police were nearby. They found him, they arrested him, and then they found a bunch of homemade gimp suits in his residence. And then they were like, all right, you're definitely the guy. There's no one this weird out here. Now, many people could ask, why was he doing this? Joshua Hunt, why were you doing this, first of all? Well, to put it simply, he was just a freak. You know, these people are just weird. They're sick in the head. They have this fantasy in their head, and they watch too much of that online stuff, and their brain just rotted from the inside out. That's why people do stuff like this. This is an IRL incel at work here. And it's crazy too, because the guy's mugshot, he looks like an American character in a Japanese game. He's exactly how you'd imagine a guy would look doing this. This is insane. Now, a lot of people were also scared around this time too. This is around the time American Horror Story was pretty popular, and they had a gimp suit character in there that would come and terrorize people. Maybe he got inspiration from that. Maybe he was just sick and wanted people to fear him, and he got off on that. But regardless of what it is, there was definitely a hype around that time and recognition of this gimp suit being scary because of AHS. Of course, this happened in England where, not really many people have guns there unless they're law officials or really needed or military. Now in the US, this guy would have been on a GoFundMe or on a t-shirt in about 2 seconds. Whether that's a bad thing or not, that's just how it would go here. I'm honestly surprised, being in England, he didn't get stabbed. Or at least, you know, beaten worse than he did. I also don't like how the media was spinning the narrative of, well, nobody got hurt. People got hurt. It just wasn't physically. They emotionally got hurt. People were scared. You know, women and children were scared to just leave their homes. That's definitely hurt, like, mentally. I don't like how they spun that. Like, oh, well, you didn't get assaulted, you didn't get beat up, you know, you didn't get hurt. That's just BS. People were put on anti-anxiety medications. Back to the sentence, I just find it wild. The guy, like, he got banned from wearing a gimp suit in public, of all things. That is the most like, is that a thing in the UK? You just walk around in your gimp suits? I'm telling you guys, the wording of the headline is throwing me off so hard here. Like, did he get life in prison? How many years in prison did he get? They did hit him with 2 offenses of trying to cause public distress and stuff like that. And they also realized he had been linked to 25 incidents, like I said before. That's wild. Here, I just pulled up the ban. So this is the ban. Listen to this. Among the restrictions, Hunt, a gardener from Northeast Somerset, is banned from wearing any type of mask or face covering, including improvised mask or face covering that cover all or part of the face in any public space, being in possession of any type of mask or face covering, wearing or being in possession of black all-in-one garments, or any combination of full-length black-colored top and black-colored bottom clothing. And then he's banned from crawling, wriggling, or wreathing on the ground in public. This seems like something out of like a medieval like book. What's going on here? They said if you do breach any of these orders, though, you will be going to prison. So the guy's not in prison. He kind of got off with a slap on the wrist. Wearing all black from head to toe is crazy. I feel like that's usually what people do. Like, that's their usual outfit. Yeah, I mean, listen, if this is the US, they would have taken it more seriously. Hell, it would have been on the news if it was here. It would have been crazy. People would have been like having like parties and stuff and watching this. It would have been wild. But most importantly, the guy probably would not be alive if he was here. And then the Daily Mail hit an article, The Worrying Rise of Gimp Men. Do you see how cartoony that is? I can't, dude, I can't, it's crazy. Like I said, the worrying rise of Gimp Men was because the original Joshua Hunt inspired so many of these guys to go around. Here's a map of all the Gimp Men encounters. It was like the Gimp Avengers or something like that. That's just crazy. Joshua Hunt really assembled the Gimp Avengers all around England, and it's just weird. Now, another Gimp Man was spotted, and there's a lot of pictures, so I'm just gonna like hit you guys with pictures throughout the video. You know, you guys will see this at the end, but there's just a lot of pictures of these weirdos being taken. I'm not sure what, like, why these guys just have all these gimp suits on hand ready to go. Like, suit up, boys, we're going out. Now picture this, all of like those dudes pull them to a laundromat, you know, dry cleaning. It's like, yo, we got 6 gimp suits we need cleaned real quick. We soiled them, rolling around in the mud and cranking our hogs in them. Dude, I would get out a stick and start hitting everybody. Like, all of them in the shop would get hit with a stick. I love hearing the descriptions too, because one of them described the gimp suit guys as like scrawny and menacing. It's like, yeah, is he really scrawny and menacing? Is he really menacing? Like, scrawny, okay, but menacing? I don't know. I think all these freaks thought it was a safe place once they saw one guy running around in a gimp suit. There's pictures of dudes like with thumbs ups and stuff like that, like in a gimp suit in the bathroom. I'm like, bro, just let it go. Just let it go. It's like their first time outside for the, you know, in the last 10 years, and they're like, let's suit up. The fact that this is all happening during COVID too, we really lived in a fever dream back then. Like, that was just the last, like, the last like 2 years of COVID, you know, from like 2020 to like 2022. What a wild time. Also, most of the Gimp Men were not caught. You know, Joshua Hunt was the main guy that was caught. The others are they're still roaming out there free, gimped up. If anything, I think all these dudes in the gimp suits running around terrorizing people should be in prison. They shouldn't have any ban on wearing a gimp suit or black clothing or wearing a mask or anything like that. They should just be in prison, and they can, you know what? They should be in prison, and the only thing they can wear in prison is that gimp suit. And they all have to be in the same cell together. I think that would be good punishment for them. Yeah, a lot of these gimp suit men were last seen in 2024, like early 2024. They haven't really revealed themselves yet, but I'm sure, give it a little time, they're gonna start coming up again. You know, you're gonna start seeing weirdos popping back up. I don't know if I have a lot of British viewers, but if you guys were in England and you heard about the gimp suits, if this was near you, please let me know in the comments. For my people in the US, like I said, he would have been on a t-shirt, on a GoFundMe. It would have been news for like a couple days, and that's really it. But let me know what you guys think about this gimp story. Super weird, you know, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for tuning in.
In mud, mate. Who left you in the woods?
Gimpy, is it?
Gaggly balls.
I couldn't agree more, mate. I couldn't agree more. Like, fair enough. Mate, trust society.
Do you want a ciggy? Well, I can't actually light it. Did you want to? You cannot.